I'm Linda Dano. Welcome back to Attitudes. If you all watch the show regularly, you know that I love to eat. You also know that I'm always talking about dieting, which is so boring, and I'm endlessly trying to lose weight. Unfortunately, it seems that no matter what diet I seem to go on and how much weight I do lose, and sometimes I do lose weight, you all know, I always end up back where I started, which is very depressing to me, and I'm sure depressing to you. Well, this time I'm told is going to be different, because this time I am going to try and change the way I look at food. And I'm going to try to deal with my need to eat anything I want whenever I want to eat it. Good concept, right? Good concept. This is also very emotional for me, and I will try and somehow help all of us by asking the things that I haven't been prepared to ask. I have not, it's the first time that I haven't learned about my guest, per se, and made a mental note of what I want to ask. I want to just go through this program with Dr. Miller today and all week and try and really understand this thing that we all have about dieting, not dieting, dieting, not dying. Okay? Peter Miller is an executive director of the Hilton Head Institute. He was here once before. He's an expert in behavior modification. Smile, Peter, smile. I've asked that Peter come back and actually do this program with me on the air. Okay, Peter?
I'm ready.
Welcome, Peter, everybody. All right. Peter and I have already been together one day when we did some taping in a food market and also in a restaurant. And we're going to show you that at the end of the week. But that's my mother not believing a word that's going to happen here. But this beginning is to really make me and all of you understand why you say we don't have to diet. Peter, what does that mean, we don't have to diet?
Well, it means that if you go on a diet, if you look for the magic formula, the magic pill, it's simply not going to work. You're going to go on that diet, and then you're going to go off that diet.
Right, which is what I do.
And we talk about lifestyle change, and that scares people a little bit. It means, well, what you think when I say that might be a life of not having anything you want, just a life of kind of a boring drudgery where you're not having any fun, you're not being able to eat anything.
Right.
You can do this, and you can be successful, and you can eat just about any kind of food. You just have to watch when you eat them, where you eat them, how you eat them, what the motivation is. So we have to start with you, and I'll start with you, and I'll work with you just like I would with one of my clients.
Okay. Okay.
And we need to start out just by looking at your eating behavior and looking at what it looks like. Now, I've asked you to keep some records for me over a few-day period of time to see what your eating looked like, and we asked you to be very honest about this.
And I wasn't.
No, you weren't.
You didn't know that. No. I'm going to try and really do this now. Okay. I really wasn't. I mean, I tried to be, and I wrote down sort of what I ate. But if I said 6 crackers, I really ate like 16 crackers. So let us look at this. All
right. Well, I'm used to that.
You're used to that.
Yes,
I'm sure you are.
That's
fine.
All
right. Now let's show everybody what I ate. Okay.
Okay.
This was day 1. Here it is. Here.
Actually, you started out day 1 pretty good. I mean, having carbohydrate breakfast.
The bagel with the cream cheese here. I really mean that. I'm not even trying to be funny. I really did. I just sort of skipped it. Well, if you just had
this, apple, banana, cornbread, coffee with coffee mint, whatever, that's all right. But the bagel and cream cheese just a little too many calories.
Yeah. Now.
You had another bagel and cream cheese for lunch?
Half a one.
Okay.
Okay.
Salad with cheese.
And bacon.
The problem with that is just a little too heavy on the fat there. You're getting a lot of extra calories, a lot of hidden calories in there that you just need to be careful of. So actually, that's not too bad. You just need to cut down on the fat a little bit.
Okay. Now, go to dinner here.
All right.
Now, the reason this doesn't look right is because I was here at Attitudes when I did this diet.
Okay.
And I don't eat well, not that I eat well anytime, but I normally would have a dinner, and see, I didn't.
Okay.
But I'm sure if I would think back, I probably ate something when I got home. Do you know what I mean?
You ate a dinner when you went
I bet
home.
I did.
Okay. Well, there's nothing wrong with snacking like that. In fact, I actually recommend that people have several small meals a day like that. But it's just what you choose. If you had chosen some fruit while you were here. Actually, it would have given you more energy than the cheese would have.
Yeah.
You would have felt better, and you could have eaten a small meal when you got back home. But you just need to be careful about you're eating calories that are actually small portions, but you're getting a lot of calories in those small portions. You could have more food. You could be eating more food, more satisfying foods, just with a little more planning.
I don't quite understand how I can do that. I mean, I want cookies, and I want cake, and I want chips, and I want all those things. Now, how do I get myself not to want those things?
Okay, when we start out, you need three basic things. You need a purpose for your diet, you need belief in yourself, and you need some aspect of control. Now, let me go through that. In terms of purpose, you need to decide why you want to lose weight and why you want to keep your weight off for the rest of your life. There has to be some significant purpose, not some frivolous reason. Many people say, I want to lose weight so I can go to my sister's wedding and look good. I have a reunion coming up. I want to lose a few pounds so I can get into this dress or whatever.
That's not a good reason.
Not a good reason. It has to be. The question is, once you lose the weight, what will that enable you to do? It might enable some people to kind of take charge of their life and get going with their lives. It might enable other people to develop more confidence in themselves. And in your case, it might give you even more energy than you have now. I know you have tremendous amount of energy and a lot of things to do, but as time goes on, even more energy and just a better feeling about yourself and your body and just feeling good, feeling more in control. So that there has to be that purpose to begin with, and you have to go through that every day about what would my life be like if I lose this weight, keep this weight off forever, and use some imagery, use some visualization. Imagine yourself a year from now having lost the weight, feeling good, looking good, being in control. How much better that would make you feel psychologically and physically.
It would. It absolutely, wouldn't it you? It would absolutely make me feel better. I do that fine, and then all of a sudden somebody says something, or I don't like something that would happen during a day, and I start to eat.
Right, eating under stress is very common. You need belief in yourself, though, that you can deal with that. What I do is I put people through these imagery exercises, just as an athlete might. Athletes go through a lot of, in sports psychology, a lot of psyching themselves out. That's what you have to do in terms of the belief that you can control your cravings for food. And it's a matter of rehearsing difficult situations. For example, imagining yourself at home, it's late at night, Frank has gone to bed, you're there, and there are 4 cookies left. And those cookies are calling your name. You can hear them calling your name.
Linda.
That's right. And so what you have to do is to imagine yourself going through that, picking up one of those cookies. This is all thinking now. You're just imagining ahead of time. And then project yourself in time, the next morning, the next day, how good you feel that you had done that. Now, if you go through that in your mind over and over again, success experiences,
I can actually start to
you will start to program your mind differently. What most people who are dieting do, they worry about all the times when they fail, when they ate the cookies. They go into detail, as you were earlier, about eating all those cookies. I would like you to think about and talk about the times when you were successful, when you had temptations, but you were able to do it.
I'm going to let Dee take over now, and you're going to be back tomorrow, and we're going to discuss this more.
Terrific.
About modification and behavior, and how I'm not going to diet.
And you can do it.
I can do this.
You
So
can
can
do
all
it.
of you. Dee?
You absolutely can do it, and we're going to think about how when she doesn't fail, she's always succeeding, right? Coming up next, help for a loved one whose drinking may be hurting you. Don't go away.